So the Hyundai Alcazar is almost here, and we're going to talk about it with Tarun Garg, who's joining me right now. It's great to see you always, Tarun. It's great to actually see you and not on a screen for a change.
I swear.
So thank you for that. But yes, Alcazar, let's jump straight into it. The need for such a model in the Hyundai portfolio.
So as you know, very clearly the market is shifting towards SUVs, and they're contributing 34% to the overall
You
market.
still want to say shifting, not shifted?
Actually, big time shifting,
Yeah.
because and shifting more.
Yeah.
So 29% in 20 to 34% already in the first quarter of 21. It's a big shift happening, and we just achieved a milestone of producing 1 million SUVs in India. With all humility, we are also the #1 SUV maker in the country now. Our market research suggests that there are many customers who are really looking for an upgrade from the CRETA, and that is where the Alcazar fits in. Also, you know, in India, there are so many customers who now want to travel together with their families. What this pandemic has done is it has brought us very much closer to our families. They want to travel together. Sometimes they want to go on a weekender with their wife, maybe play golf. The whole idea of carrying your equipment at the back, using the car in different ways is where Alcazar comes in, and I feel that this is really going to plug a big gap which exists in the market today.
So that gap, I mean, you just mentioned people upgrading from the CRETA. Even your new CRETA is still new in that sense. But what sort of a gap do you see? Because, you know, there are other 7-seater SUVs. Volume has not been really large for that space. So do you think the Alcazar will change that?
Yeah. So actually, how I see it, Siddharth, this is that when a product comes, it creates a segment. You know, this is what CRETA did in 2015. This is what i20 did. In fact, this is what Santro did in '98. And we very strongly believe that Alcazar is going to do the same thing. Yes, you're right. Probably because there are not too many products that exist in the market. That is why the market size is small. But if you start looking at the current market size and try to have a market share target, then I think that really restricts your position. So we have always believed that once a strong product comes and there exists a market, the market will expand. And this is what we are hoping Alcazar is going to do for us.
So let me put you into a scenario. Yeah. You're a dealer in a tier 2 town, a Hyundai dealer, obviously. You know, it's a town which has a good buying population. You know, people have the money. You have the CRETA, you have the Alcazar, and you have the TUCSON. Yeah. How are you differentiating your pitch and the customer?
Yeah. So a CRETA customer will be more of a individualistic kind of a customer, you know, who probably more often than not will travel alone, who really loves driving. And yes, it's a very good car, good space, good features. At the same time, Alcazar customer will be more used to traveling with the family, you know, so he would want to maybe go on weekends with family, travel long distances. He wants luxury. He feels that yes, he is now wanting to upgrade, and he wants not only 3 rows for sometimes sitting his family, but also a flexibility to use the space in the car, like I said, to maybe carry sports equipment. So that aspect. Also sometimes, even if he has teenage sons, he wants that they should also have that comfort of maybe a 3rd row air conditioning separate. So I think all those aspects will be covered by the Alcazar. Also a chauffeur-driven car. Please understand, in India still there are so many customers who would want to be driven by a chauffeur, and in the 2nd row they want a thigh support, they want a good space, and again the Alcazar will fit in very beautifully. As far as TUCSON is concerned, I think it's more of a global product, so there it is at the top of the spectrum, and it will continue to be there. It's more of a niche segment, but I believe that Alcazar and CRETA will always be volume drivers, whereas TUCSON will continue to be, that niche segment.
Okay, now when it comes to the space and of course the 3-row seating, these are 2 huge USPs of the Alcazar, no doubt. What else would you say is a big USP for the car?
So like I said, the comfort and the convenience, and also when you see the interiors of the car, it gives you that kind of a feel that yes, this is premiumness, this is luxury. When you are looking at the car from exteriors, it is very well proportioned, because the problem with sometimes with the 6 and 7-seater cars is that, how much should be the length and how much should be, and I believe that is going to be a very unique strength of the Alcazar, that you would want to be really driven in that car in style, in opulence, and also it has all the comforts and the convenience of enjoying the car.
So this aspect of premiumness, I mean, this is really interesting, because for years we used to hear about how players like Hyundai, Maruti, whoever, mass players, they're not able to crack the premium end of the market. Last few months, we've seen you doing only that, in a sense, as Hyundai. Do you think it's because, it is this brand that has been able to do it, others might be able to, or do you think it's just the customer who is also now migrating, is upgrading?
Yes, I think very clearly customer is looking at Hyundai with a little bit of different expectation maybe than the other OEMs, and he feels that Hyundai has always been known for great designs and great features in their cars. This SUV thing which has happened has also, I think, raised the customer expectations. Ki yes, if a product is coming from Hyundai, then the latest design and that premiumness aspect. And premiumness, mind you, is not only about the product. Premiumness is also about the whole customer experience at the showroom, post buying of a car, the digital initiatives that Hyundai has been able to take, whether it was click to buy, the Hyundai Mobility membership program that we have launched, which gives makes you a partner with the customer for life. All those things have added together to that premiumness quotient of Hyundai. And we are very lucky that customers are looking at us this way, because this helps us to really raise the bar up. And when you raise the bar up, then it is good for the overall industry as well.
Last question then, on the pandemic front. In 2020, you sort of defied gravity. Everybody said sales will be low, but they weren't low. Your production, of course, has been very robust. 21 is bringing new challenges with this whole new surge and second wave and third wave that everybody's talking about. Challenge remains. How are you going to address it?
So you're right. Look, at the demand front, it's still very robust. We have a huge back order across segments, not only SUVs, sedans, Verna, Neos. Every model has a good demand from the customer. So we are quite comfortable on the demand front. This second wave or third wave, like you said, it's actually a spanner in the wheel. Nobody was expecting it. I, for all, was definitely not expecting. So we just have to see how it pans out, what happens to the lockdowns and all. But frankly, the indicators are that the demand will continue to be strong this year. At the same time, we should not really get carried away by the growth numbers, because 2020, the base is very low. So I think the challenge for the industry will be how soon we can reach the 2018 level, whether it's Hyundai or for the industry.
All right. With that, we will leave it. Thank you, and all the best for the Alcazar's arrival. Appreciate your time always.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you.
Great. And so the Alcazar all set to hit the market. I think Hyundai's biggest challenge is going to be how they can make their production work with so many popular cars in their portfolio right now.